We are live. It is the 28th of February, 2024. My name is Will Kuntz, and let me present to you the effervescent Anna Hummel.
What's up, guys? Happy leap day, year, day, eve.
That's right. That's
tomorrow,
right. An extra day of 2024. What everybody wanted, an extra day of the end of the world. That's what we're talking about.
Do you remember what you did last leap year day? Because I remember what you did.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I don't remember what I did last night.
Well, you know me and my freakish memory. Okay. Let me paint the picture. It was 2020. COVID hadn't quite hit. I mean, it was around, it was sniffing around the buckle brush. It still hadn't even hit Sarasota, which was, I think, the first spot it hit in Florida. Was like, woman in Sarasota, COVID. I just come back from Okeechobee Music Festival. You know, I was shaking hands. I didn't care about anything. It was a different world back then. On February 29th, 2020, I convinced you and maybe about 12 of your closest friends to meet me at a little place called Saigon Blonde.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you remember who was in attendance that day, but his name was Marbles.
That's the only name I know him by.
Marbles was there, and I think it may have been the only time that, well, they're your friends, but whatever, my friends by proxy met him. And I remember they came out, they being the couple came out, and whatever, I could see he was like slightly uncomfortable, but you know, he just didn't know the people. And then he left, and then 8 months later he was dead. So there's that. So I remember that vividly.
Not only dead, but took some people with him.
A person, yes, a woman named Sabrina, unfortunately.
In peace. Poor angel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So anyways, 4 years later, here we are.
Wow. Well, that's that you have a great memory. I wish I could remember.
Right.
It only, I guess, with the murderers and people who were murdered, maybe. even so.
It's crazy. Like, I listen to people talk about sports all day long and nothing sticks until they like rape someone or like drown a dog or punch a woman in an elevator. Now all of a sudden I can remember where they went to college and like what teams they played for. Huh?
Ray Rice. I know exactly what you're talking about. Ray Rice, Michael Vick. And what was the first one you said? What was the crime? I could tell you what
raped a woman.
Oh, that could be a lot. Like Ben Roethlisberger was.
Yeah, I was gonna say the guy from the Steelers, right?
Yeah. Is that the one you were thinking about?
Huh?
We should do that. We should run a test. Maybe if I can remember to do that next week, I'll quiz you and I'll give you an athlete, and then or I'll give you the crime and you have to guess the athlete.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like Aaron Hernandez, I'm gonna nail it. Yeah, Michael Vick, Adrian Peterson, I think beat his kids. Right? Was that the controversy?
Some abuse. I believe, yeah.
Antonio Brown. I know Tyreek Hill's been in some trouble, but other than that, those are all the athletes I know, at least on the football field. So
there are a lot of the same crimes, though. So we'll have to like get really specific.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's when they come into my radar, and then that's when I can actually start remembering who they are and what they've done. Unless they're Tom Brady, but he's in a league of his own. So
I'll give you an easy one just to kind of test to see how the game would go. This professional athlete, I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but I don't know. Maybe he is. No, because that would have been a story about removing him from the Hall of Fame probably. But this professional athlete was acquitted in 1990 something for the murder of his ex-wife and her potential new lover. Anna Hummel.
Who is O.J. Simpson?
Nope.
I will eat your ass.
I thought I had a dinger on there. Sorry.
Oh.
I had a bunch of
Yes, he did.
Yeah. No, you got it right. That's right.
Oh, got it right. I think you said I got it wrong. I was like,
no. You definitely got it right. I just thought I had a ding, ding, ding.
Oh, yeah.
They're all
Yep.
just
OJ
like,
played for the Buffalo Bills at some point, I think, and USC.
that's correct. No, wait, did OJ Simpson play at USC or is that Marcus Allen?
I don't know who that other person is, but
Okay, now I get
the
a look.
internet can tell us. I think he was a Trojan.
That sounds right, but I also feel like it could be like OJ Simpson College. He played at the University of Southern California.
Suck it.
How about that?
Word. Okay. Can't remember if we can say that.
Next week, if I have the time, I'll put together a little game.
Okay.
And then we'll do bonus, like, can you guess where that athlete went to college? Like that sort of thing.
I mean, that's going to be very few. Again, I just know that Aaron Hernandez, UF,
Yep.
murdered someone.
Yep.
Maybe 2 people. Yeah.
Well, I think you're going to do really well, and I'm looking forward to that game. I think it's going to be fun. I'm 6 minutes late. I'm sorry. I don't. I made the mistake of thinking I started my new schedule at this dumb day job that I have now. So I get off now at 4:30 p.m., which is like, that's pretty good, right? I feel like that's good. And I'm like, I work remote, so I'm home. So I can just kind of like go to the pool for a little bit, like whatever. But today was a little cloudy. So I'm like, all right, well, I have to run some errands. I have to return a few things to Amazon.com and drop it off at the UPS store. The UPS store closes at 6. I got to go to UPS anyway for my mailbox for my second day job. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just go run down there. And I feel like we talked about this a few weeks ago. I'm not leaving the house during like 4 to 6 p.m. I'm just not going to do it. I might even push it to 7 because the traffic is insane. I left at 4:40 from Pinellas Park, Florida, in the same state. And I ended up going to St. Petersburg, Florida, not even downtown, but to like 38th Avenue North and 4th Street. And it took me over an hour. And I had to quickly jump in the grocery store. So never doing it again. I'm 6 minutes late. So sorry about that.
Oh, I mean, listen, I love it when you're late because then I feel like next time I'm late, you could be less mad at me. So I'm just building up credit. So feel free.
I think I have a lot of excess time in my bank than you do. But no, I'm never bad.
Not how I see it, Fred.
I just like to start on time. That's all.
I get it. I'm trying to be better about it. And I think I've been pretty good recently. Right?
You have been. Oh, yeah.
Give me credit. Okay, cool.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better because it's a sign of respect and I need to remember that. So
it is. And also just like, it's a personality thing, though. There's like some people that are always late. There's some people that are, always early, which is on time. My feeling is you have to be a little early if you're on time.
And then there's like the boomer dads. Maybe your dad's like this, maybe not, but my father is, which is like he's 2 hours early. Like he's obnoxiously early. Anytime we were going to the airport, it was, you're leaving 4 hours before your flight, sort of a deal, getting there 3 hours early. But because he likes to sit, he likes to he's ready. But unfortunately that missed the next generation. So
you're a female too. So I think that kind of, no disrespect to the ladies, but I just feel like that there's a little bit more, I don't know, being late, tardiness with the gal.
I've met females who run early and on time, but I've met more men that are prompt when it comes to time. I like to think of myself as like time optimistic, if that makes sense. Like when I start to calculate how much time it will take me to do things, I'm like, I could do that in an hour. I could go to the gym and be back in an hour. And then 2.5 hours later, I'm like, how did that even happen? What happened?
Like if I have an hour of time, I'm like, I don't have any time to do that. Which is wild. I don't know if it's one of those things where time's relative. We know this. And it's one of those.
Thank you, Albert Einstein.
That's right. And it's one of those things too, where the older you get, the faster time goes. And I am a few years older than you.
That's very true. I'm pretty young. So.
But if I have an hour, like if I said I'm gonna go for a run, I have an hour before work or something. Nope, I have no time to do that. An hour is 0 time.
Okay, interesting.
6 minutes is 0.
See, that's probably the way I should think. But if I have an hour, I mean, I could do 2 workouts. I could write an essay. I could go to the gym. I could, like today, I had an hour and I was like, okay, what could I do? I need to do something. I had already gone to jujitsu, but I just felt like I needed more. And it was really nice outside. So I'm like, I'm going for a power walk, like an old friggin' Dunedin B word, just retired in like my oversized sweatshirt. I just took off for the next 35 minutes, power walking around. Loved it.
I gotta say,
yeah,
I miss that so much. I used to be able to do that with just the one, position that I held that paid me money. And I used to be able to just like leave for an hour, hour and a half, and then come back and, get busy, get to what I was doing, but cannot do that now. Now I'm a hourly employee that's clocked with every movement of the mouse stroke that I make. I am clocked now. So I just don't have that freedom anymore. But it is going to be, it's not this coming weekend, right? It's like 2 weeks away is the daylight savings. So then we're going to, I can go outside and get some sun at like 6, even if I wanted to. And it's sun.
Yes. It's funny because like there's always like good and bad every time the time changes, like when it gets darker earlier, when you fall back, it's like, dang, it's going to get dark really early, but I gain an hour. I gain an hour. And then the reverse happens, obviously, in the spring. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be light until 7:30, 8 o'clock. But then you're like, dude, I got to wake up now at 4 a.m. I'm waking up at 4 a.m.
No, but that's the wrong way to look at it. You're much like time. You're looking at time wrong again here. It's for one night. You zap ahead. And I guess you're right because you got to get used to the new schedule.
You got to get used to it.
You get up at the same time, right?
Why did 1 hour throw me off? Is it because I'm old? Is that what happens where you're just like, you know what? I'm way off base today. It's an hour different, but it really does throw me the F off.
For one day, for that Sunday.
I mean, maybe, but also not really. Because then in my mind, you know what it is? It's a psychological thing because now I'm like, I'm waking up at 4. I'm waking up at like this time tomorrow, it's going to be 4 a.m. and I'm going to be waking up.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. We're springing forward, though. So you're not waking up at 4. You're waking up an hour later. Because we spring.
Well, you lose an hour, don't you?
You lose an hour of.
Right.
No. You lose an hour when you fall back. Because you get. Well, I guess you
gain an hour. Here's the thing. Like, so if I set my alarm and we spring forward, yeah, it's 5 a.m., but yesterday it was 4 a.m. It was 4 a.m. yesterday. Now it's 5.
For one day.
I'm old, dude. It takes me a while to adjust, bro.
Yeah, it takes you a few days, but it's going to be so much better. So you get in the fall, you get the darker earlier, which sucks, but you get nicer weather. Usually you get some cool weather coming in.
That's true. Yeah.
And now we're kind of like getting into, okay, now it's later and now it's going to be hot as hell. And especially here in Florida,
yeah,
we're going to worry about that. So
yeah, but also like the winter time it's way more conducive to my schedule because I got to go to bed early, even though I don't. So it's nice to like start winding down even at like 5:30. It's good for me to like start getting ready to go to bed versus like when it's light out at 8 o'clock, I want to party. And by party, I mean like stay awake.
Yeah.
So
God, my girl goes to bed so early.
Really?
Kind of making me go. She's kind of making me go to bed earlier.
That's good. That's so good. That's so good. What's early, by the way? Fine.
That's what I'm gonna say. Like, what's early to you? When you say, I say she goes to bed early.
I'm thinking 9:30. She's in bed.
Last night it was 9.
Lights off at 9, or like watching TV.
Lights off. And see, this place is like a townhome. So I do have my little office across the hall, but I don't obviously want to be loud and having lights on and stuff because we got the we got it finagled so much that like you can't even close the bedroom door. So it's always open. And I feel guilty. I don't want to be too loud. And if you can't be too loud, if you got to be super quiet, then it's just like, well, I'll go to bed.
What time did she wake up?
Oh my God. I think she got up at like 5 this morning.
What time does she have to clock in by? Like 8?
Well, I think she starts at 8, but she says she usually gets started a little earlier, like 7.
And I mean, I know the layout of your place because I've been there. She's feet away from where from her workspace.
Yeah, but she
What
doesn't.
does she do?
So I get up, but she's not. She's kind of just like downstairs, like ripping the bong or something, and having some coffee or something, So, maybe she's walking around. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
You don't know? What time
I
did you
don't
get
get
up?
up. I got up at 6:45 today.
That's pretty good. You have to clock in at 8, I imagine, right?
8, yeah. So that gives me some time to, well, as we talked about, 60 minutes is 0 time. So really, I got 15 minutes, essentially, stuff. So that's when I, take my poops, and then it's just like pretty much all of a sudden I look up and it's time to clock in. I've been really depressed, so depressed.
Really?
Yeah, like not really eating that much. Have no desire to do much of anything. I'm so bummed. I'll tell you, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell our 10 people that are in here
There's
this
a
too.
fat pig here.
I haven't seen
The supermarket
yeah,
here.
comments too. I saw some good comments in there. I
They
want to get.
were inquiring at what time we were starting today, so I let them know.
Oh, good. Yes, I guess we're gonna move it to 6 p now because I'm available.
Okay, you're just about to tell me something really depressing, so please.
Well, I want to start off with a high point.
Oh, okay.
My life has been like, I'm fine, I'm happy, but it's a lot of changes, that have been going on in my life. I miss the radio very much. I miss being able to do it every night. But I'm in a new situation. I'm here with the love of my life. It's great. And the cats are here. That's good.
Barb.
Barb.
Junebug.
Little Junebug running around, a Barbie doll. I got the cats. That's good. I got my girl, and I got but I don't have the radio anymore. I don't have I have to go to bed at 9:30. I don't have to, but that's
I
what's
get it.
and I have to work this stupid, mindless job that I absolutely not despise. I'm grateful for I'm happy to have it, in this economy and everything, but I hate it. I don't want to be doing this. And it takes up a lot of your time. And I'm also, like I said, I'm very aware of time. And I know that it's inching, minutes and minutes and minutes are adding up out of my lifespan here, and I'm going to be 40 years old. And like, what am I doing? It's like it's crushing my soul. Anyway, so I just been kind of bummed out, but something good happened, and I want to tell you something good, and then something that you will think is funny and good, and I would think it was funny if it happened to somebody else, but not me. But unfortunately, it happened to me. One of the other things is, I don't know if it was my stress levels. It's also cold and flu season now. I had a cold over the weekend, and I'm still kind of getting over it now. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but
barely.
I had a little bit of a cold, and well, I was heavily medicated. I didn't want to miss the weekend because now that's all I'm working for the weekend. Like, I'm a working man. I got to enjoy the weekend. Sitting inside. I had to sit inside a few weeks ago because it was raining. So literally it rained until Monday morning, and then it was a bright sunny day on Monday morning. Crushed it. I'm sitting there looking out the window like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, that was not this last weekend, but the one prior, I remember.
Yeah. And I felt like it was a personal slight against me. And I felt like God knew that I was sad, and he sent a rainy weekend my way just to kind of stick it to me a little bit. But over the weekend, the University of South Florida Bulls basketball team took on the Southern Methodist Mustangs. And this was a big game because I know you don't follow sports, and I know you particularly don't follow college basketball.
I sure don't.
But the Bulls were going, like, if they won this game, they were probably going to be ranked in the top 25. They could potentially make the March Madness bracket if they do that.
Top 16, 32?
It's like 64. I think it starts at 64.
Also, top 25 means you get in the bracket.
I don't know how they do it, but
All right.
I think you got to win your conference, and then there's I don't know. There's different
All right.
playing games. I don't know. I don't follow it, so I
Yeah.
don't really know. So my buddy asked if I wanted to go to the game, and I was like, I have to go outside. Like I have to be outside. So I went ahead though, and I don't know if you use the Hard Rock Bet app. You can
I
sports
sure
bet.
haven't. No, I
You
know
should
of it.
You should try it, and I think you should try it because I know what I'm doing with like like I watch a lot of football, right? I don't watch basketball really, and I don't watch college basketball. But I've been throwing, $5 here, $10 here at college basketball games, and I like win a lot during those things. I would say at least half. And then what I also do is I bet the teams that are like not favored to win and not favored to win by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And because that means you get better odds. So you can turn $5 into like I've hit like turn 5 into $40, $60 real quick. And I've done that a few times. So I had $238 in my Hard Rock account. So I go,
You
I
put
can't.
in how much? How much were you up?
So I think I told you I hit that bet for the Super Bowl and I won like $550 on that one.
You didn't tell me that.
Did I tell you that? Okay. So I won during the Super Bowl. I hit $550.
For what? Some
Chiefs.
prop bets or what?
No, just the Chiefs winning. It
Oh,
was at the half. I had 200 something bucks in there from just doing that, like nickel and diamond with the college basketball games. And I had money in there and I was drunk. And I saw that Kansas City was like 6-3 San Francisco or something at the half. And it was like plus 300 with the Chiefs. I'm like, it's only 3 points. I was like, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to take the experience here. So I turned that 230 into 550. I think it
you
was
wagered all of it.
all of it hammered. Just like, see ya.
I believe you.
But also it was kind of calculated, even though it wasn't, it was risky, but it wasn't, my inhibitions.
Ridiculous. Yeah. And it was an insane game. Like, I don't like football. I don't like sports. And I was like, like it was a nail biter. It was great.
Mm-hmm. So Kansas City won. I won that money. That was awesome. I transferred that money into my Venmo account. Then I deposited some money, lost a little bit, and I only deposit like 20 something bucks at a time. This is a very long-winded way to say what I'm saying. But anyway, some of that went back to the casino, but then I got it back and I logged something like $238, I think it was. So I couldn't be at the game. I had to be outside, but I said, you know what? I think USF's going to win. And USF won. And I bet that USF was going to win the whole shebang. So boom, 500 something bucks won on that. Then I'm sitting there, I'm outside at the beach, and I'm sitting there and I see this score, and it's like American. It's a school called American, which I didn't know existed. I didn't know that was a thing. And then they were playing, I don't know, some other small school, but it was like plus 500, meaning that for whatever 100 you put down, I can't explain this, but anyway, I had $500 in my account and I almost put $500 on American, but I didn't do it. I pulled back. If I was drunk, I probably would have done it.
So how much did you put on this American team?
$100.
And you got 500 from it.
And then I got another 500 in one day. So $1,000 in a day. I've done better at this, at sports gambling, than I have
in life.
On Bitcoin, on stocks. Like I'm better. I'm really about to take whatever money I have in like Ethereum or whatever that's still left in there.
Yeah.
And just bet with it. Cause I feel like I might do better. I don't know. So so that was cool. That was exciting. But I was also, like I told you, I was very ill. I was not feeling good. So to mask that, what I did was I pounded a bunch of medication.
What kind?
I put a bunch of Mucinex in my body, the good Mucinex from behind the counter. And I think I mixed in some other things there. And I was at the beach and I said, this vitamin D will help me feel better. And we got some submarine sandwiches from the Italian market that's right down the road here.
What beach did you go to?
De Cosmos. It's on 49th Street. It's really good.
Mm.
Highly recommend it. And so I ate my sandwich, and Julia took a picture of me right before that on the beach. And right after I finished the sandwich, it was an Italian sandwich. It was nice and greasy. But like I said, I wasn't well, and I had a lot of medication in me. And I went to go sit down in the chair. I didn't have a bathing suit on. I just had like shorts on. And in fact, I had those terry cloth shorts, like towel material, because I knew I wasn't getting in the water or anything. It's too cold. And I felt a little, what I thought was a fart coming on. And we had literally just got there. Just got there. And the fart like didn't really make noise. It didn't really do anything. And I went, huh. And it wasn't even a lot of, it wasn't even, it was just like a little tiny one. It was barely anything. In fact, I don't even think I realized what was happening. I think my sphincter was asleep at the wheel. I think I drugged, like, NyQuil my sphincter.
Yeah.
Because like, I was like, "Whoa, what was that?" Like, I was surprised, like, I can't believe I couldn't control that. And, I go, "Well, that's weird," and I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned right now. And I go to sit down, and I go, "Uh-oh, now I'm a lot concerned. I am a lot concerned right now." And Julia can see the look of horror, like, the fear. She said there was a look of fear on my face. And I got back up after I sat down, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, nothing." And I'm kinda figuring out, like, what do I do? What do I do right now? I said, "Well, first I need to confirm if, in fact, I may have had an accident."
What color were your shorts?
Yellow.
Ooh.
Bright yellow.
Which contrast well with dark brown.
I gotta tell you, like, like, I know I've been with my lady now for many years, and I know she's the one for me, but boy, this really sealed the deal. I gotta tell you, because I didn't know what to do. So she was like, "Tell me what?" And I was like, "I can't tell you." I was like, "You don't understand. I can't tell you." Because it's really one of those things that you don't want your significant other knowing.
Right.
But at this point, she was the only one around, and I could have asked a stranger, I guess. But I was just like, I'm afraid I might have had an accident in the backside because of the medication and the Italian sub. And she was like, well, let me see. And I turned around, and I just saw her face drop, like her face dropped. And she went, "Oh, yeah, you." Yeah. And I went, "Oh." I said, "Well, I gotta go. I gotta go." She said, "Well, get in the water." I'm like, "No, the water's freezing, number one, but I don't have, like, a bathing suit on. This is just like I have underwear and, like, terry cloth shorts on." "No, I can't. I can't go into the water." And I go, "Well, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I have to leave." And she goes, "Okay, well, see ya." And I go, I'll come back. I guess I'll come back." And she gave me her towel, God bless her heart, to wrap around me,
Oh.
hide the stain in the back. And I walked back to the car, what, it was a quarter mile, something like that, back to the car. I got in the car, and I started to drive quickly down Golf Boulevard. And I hit a what do you call it? Drawbridge. The drawbridge was up. So I had to sit there in my own mess while the drawbridge is up, and I drove home quickly and just threw everything away, threw the undies.
It was bad.
They probably could have been washed, because it wasn't like super, it was like medicine and not eating very much. Like, it was more like bile than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, but I was just like, I can't look at these again. Like, these are cursed. They're going in the garbage. So I just threw those in the garbage. And but I did wash the towel, and I was like, I don't know. I did let her know that I washed the towel, and she seemed to be okay with that. But it's still sitting up on the washing machine. She hasn't used it since, which I don't blame her. That might be my towel now.
Yeah. Is it a nice towel?
It's a pretty nice towel.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
So that was a high point for me.
Yeah.
Winning a
Wow.
cool G is nice. Paid my rent this month, and then I also messed my pants.
Yeah.
At the same week.
Wow. What a roller coaster ride.
Super
You've been
roller.
on. Just sad, bummed out,
Yeah.
making messes, but winning money.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
It is crazy. That is the best way to describe it.
I feel like I've made a mess I feel like I piddled a little bit. So I'll probably
I'm worried. I don't want her knowing, like, and first of all, I haven't, like, that's probably like the third time in my life that I've done that. Like, that's not happens all the time. And I heard that she told her brother under the assumption that he would think it was funny, and she was like, he didn't laugh very much.
He didn't laugh?
I think he just felt bad.
Oh, that's not good. That means you're like old.
Yeah.
When someone's first thought is concern, that is concerning for you, because I didn't feel bad for you. I thought it was funny as hell.
No, if it was somebody else, I would have loved it.
Yeah. No, it's a great story.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a, past few months. Since 2024 has been a roller coaster, and we get one more day. So that's good.
Are you feeling optimistic about the future or no?
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no.
Okay.
I feel like I'm moving into a different epoch of my life.
Okay.
And that could be, I'm also worried that our government is going to get us into a major conflict with other powers that be across the country, or, I'm going to get stabbed by some Venezuelan, crossing the street.
That could happen.
It could.
Yeah.
Very well could happen.
It does from time to time. So
It does from time to time. So I don't know. Are you optimistic about the future?
I am. Yeah, I feel good about things. It's like there's no reason why. I guess it's just I might as well be excited because why not? I start much like you, not that I'm going to be 40 anytime soon, but the years keep going by quicker and quicker. It's pretty much March, which is insane. And I'm like, dude, I think Bobby Kelly said this joke and it like stuck with me, even though it doesn't really apply, but he's like, I got like 22 summers left. And he's in his 50s, obviously. But I was like, wow, I probably have about, if I'm really lucky, like 40, 35, something like that. So I better just try to enjoy the ride. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff I miss. There's going to be a lot of stuff I won't be able to do, countries I won't be able to see for whatever reason. So I'm just trying to think like day to day, try to, be optimistic. And I'm going to have bad days. That happens. But for the most part, I try to stay relatively optimistic about like, listen, if I'm going to be on this ride, I might as well just try to enjoy myself the best I can.
Yeah. So. I think that's smart. That's the way to look at time too, is you start looking at more in the macro than the micro.
Yeah.
Because that's really, well, maybe it's something in between there, but I saw some comments that I wanted to get to here. Jason says the Calta show had you under oath today, and Mike said you're the most underrated on the bone. I agree. I actually did hear this, Jason, and he said that kind of by not that I'm most underrated. He said he thinks I'm good and that I don't get enough opportunities, and for that I agree with him 100%. That's for sure. I did get to do last Saturday for a few hours though with Isaiah Chavez.
Oh, I know who he is. I'm saying for what?
I guess John Brennan messaged me and said that he had, for whatever reason, there was like a hockey game on Saturday, so he had a few hours. I guess Mike O didn't want to do his show, so he let me have that.
You had to like comment on the hockey game, or
no, it was absolutely zero hockey talk. It was just
okay.
So
you and Isaiah,
me and the Is man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was good. I had fun with Isaiah. We talked about like dongs and a bunch of other, fun stuff.
He's a good guy, Isaiah.
He is.
He's weird, but he means well, and he's always looking to help people. So
yeah. Fat Pig says, I just saw this was live. Thanks so much to Anna Hummel. Agreed.
Thank you, Fat Pig. I appreciate you.
The Fat
Every-
Pig is my favorite.
It
screen.
is so funny just because every time I read it, Bubba is just like, "What'd you say, mommy?" I'm like,
Yeah,
really funny.
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
On and Will go. Shout out to Mosh Shelton.
Oh
That's
wow. I don't think I've seen Mosh in 6 years, 5 years.
a long time.
Yeah. I hope
Long-
you were well, sir. Is he associated with the Bone? Doesn't he have like a show or something?
I think he's an affiliate. No, he does. Well, he used to do. I think he said that once I left, he doesn't do Johnny's show anymore. Like he just doesn't call in anymore, and Johnny doesn't prompt him to call in. So
I know he was like banned for a while. Like him and Drew had a falling out or something, and
yeah, something
we were unable to have him on the show for at least the last half that I was on the show.
Mhm.
A couple of years.
Yeah, but he's doing all right. He's doing
Good.
good. He won the best radio show and bet for
I did see that on Creative Loafing.
$100 for that.
Woo!
See, so I'm good at some bets, but not good at other
Not
bets.
good at others.
We're just about out of time here, Anna, but I guess we could do some sort of. And in fact, I was so late that I didn't even pull up my page of prep that I still do. Do you ever use that?
Sometimes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You could definitely do that. I was just wondering if you ever did, because I feel like I get some good bangers, but I rarely get to talk about them. Unfortunately, I just don't have the energy right now to do any other vids or anything.
And you're feeling mostly better, right? Are you still on heavy amounts of medication or?
Actually, I don't think I took any.
Okay, good.
Which is good.
Good. How's the drinking going?
It's better.
Okay.
Slowed down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
I was gonna say, I think I did have I did a drink though. I didn't get drunk. I had a drink before bed at 8:30, and then I was like,
all right.
So not too bad.
Mm-mm.
Kevin says, "Are you going to co-host with Dizzy after the morning show?" I've not been asked to do that, and frankly, I couldn't. Even if I would do that, sure.
He's got a job, folks.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't. I got a job during that time, so couldn't do that. Did you hear about the comedy club in Seattle that canceled 4 comedians?
No.
Let me pull this up here. This was, I mean, it is very Seattle, right?
Anyone I know?
Yeah, there's some. I think it was like Kurt Metzger and who else? It was Jim Florentine, I believe.
Okay.
Which aren't particularly like. I don't think that they're very controversial figures. I thought. Like
I feel like anybody who's in comedy who's not, a woke libtard or something. I feel like most of those guys are pretty quote controversial just by nature of not being super woke,
Well, they're white males.
That's true. They can't really get away with much.
Totally on board. Oh, the 4 comedians were, and I know you know this one, Dave Smith. We love Dave Smith.
We do love Dave Smith.
Louis J. Gomez.
Yep. I saw him a couple months ago.
Jim Florentine and Kurt Metzger, all known for being right of center or are they right of center? I mean, Dave Smith's a libertarian. I guess you could say that. Louis J. Gomez seems apolitical to me. Jim Florentine, never thought about him as political at all. And Kurt Metzger, I guess I could see that maybe, but he's seems to be pretty open-minded to me. But the comedians say they received an email from club co-owner and booker Jess Anderson. Okay, Jess.
Got it.
Who was also a stand-up comic. I should have pulled up some of her stand-up. I forgot. Saying that the gigs had been canceled. The decision came after discussions with our team, investors, local comedians, and neighborhood advocacy groups. So the Capitol Hill is known for its progressive values, and we've received significant feedback expressing concerns about the alignment of these upcoming shows with the neighborhood's ethos. The feedback includes concerns from local advocacy groups that are deeply embedded in our community and work towards upholding these values. Anderson wrote that the cancellations were meant to avoid any potential negative impact on both our club and the artists involved, as well to maintain harmony with our community. What she means is she didn't want some lunatic to smash our windows because Dave Smith was in there saying that Joe Biden's an old asswipe or something.
Yeah. Did you see the Shane Gillis monologue?
I didn't see.
Oh man, it is so good because it is so uncomfortable. Like when you watch it, you'll see the scowl this woman has, who's like part of the band behind him, and she's not having any of it. And I just got to it wasn't like the best material, and you could tell he was very nervous just because he was making jokes about, his family members with Down syndrome. He's being Shane Gillis. And the crowd was just like not having it. And he is just like, he's just writing it out. And I have so much more respect for him, even though I always did. But I feel like this put him on a new pedestal, because most people would try to, adjust their set or whatever so the crowd would like it. Nope. He just went full throttle and just went through it. And it was awesome.
Did you watch the whole show with Shane hosting?
I've seen I think I saw one of the sketches, but it was just the monologue I watched pretty much.
Okay, maybe I'll go. Is it worth? Should I go check it out?
Yeah. Mostly just because you could just see how uncomfortable he is, because they're just not having it. Like, he went out knowing he was gonna bomb. I don't think he bombed so bad, but there were a lot of things that he thought were going to get a pop, or like where he usually gets a pop, and it didn't pop. And he comments on it, on them not popping. And he's like, wow, the lighting here is really good. I can see all of you guys having not a good time.
So even the audience is kind of, I guess you kind of build that audience, right? You put the out group out of things that you're not looking for, and they don't want people like Shane Gillis and his fans to show up at Saturday Night Live. They want, what's that Asian dude's name? Clinton Bao or whatever. That's what the audience they want. So I guess that's who shows up at Saturday Night Live now. And then, they do their thing. But I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in
me either. Every once in a while, like, they'll talk about, something went awry, like Bill Burr said something crazy or whatever, so I'll watch it. But when I saw Shane Gillis was on, obviously because the history of him getting fired from Saturday Night Live before he even did a single episode, I was just like, what are they doing? Like, he's not woke, he's not what they want, yet they're bringing him on. They know what he's gonna do. It just didn't make any sense, but it got people talking about it. So
it did. I wonder what the ratings were for that episode. I'm sure that they were higher than usual.
Yeah,
probably. But yeah, that's interesting, and it's good that it happened. I guess I don't really know. Like, is this some sort of cultural hallmark where things are going to start getting like pushed back a little bit? I don't think so. Seems like things are just accelerating more and more. But it was definitely a ratings boost for 1 week. I did the AV Club. All the critical. I love looking at the people who were critical, like the journalists or writers or whatever you want to call it, that were critical of Shane Gillis's appearance. I didn't watch it, so maybe it was bad. I don't know. I like Shane Gillis. I think he's funny, and I like his stand-up, but I don't know. And I watch his skits too. But then when you're working with this new group of people who probably don't really like you, I don't know. Maybe it was bad. I don't know. But
yeah,
I looked up the AV Club one in particular, and I think I tweeted it out. I don't feel like pulling it up. Go to my Twitter, home_made_man. And I just said my favorite thing to do is to find a picture of the people who write these articles who just bash, good stuff because it's bad. It's not politically correct. It's not, it's not good in their eyes. And they look exactly like how you would think every single time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cheap shot, right, to throw that in somebody's face, but I'm sorry. I don't respect your opinion if you look like that. I know what you're about, and you're a big dork. And this man who wrote this article, again, if you want to see it, I don't really tweet that much, so you can find it towards the top, home_made_man. And he looked like, you ever see Will Sasso play Kenny Rogers?
Not that I can recall, no.
So the guy just had like this white beard and kind of salt peppery hair, fat nerd. Like, you could just tell he got pushed into a lot of lockers, and he had his pronouns. And I'm just like, okay, I know what you're about. And it kind of sucks because it's one of those things. It's like, okay, if you have a coexist sticker on your car, I know what you're about. and you can see pictures. And if you have pronouns in your bio, I know what you're about. I
Yeah,
know
purple hair. Yeah.
we're just not going to get along, and it's unfortunate, but yeah. So you can go check that out. And I did see Kurt Metzger responded to it. Let me see if I can find that down here at the bottom. He said, I'm sorry but this is too funny to not immediately put on blast. Also, am I mistaken? This club is in Seattle's historic Chaz district. Kurt looks up to heaven. Thank you, George Floyd. I'm about to have some fun on Twitter after I take a quick poo-poo, but he used the word, be right back. So comedians are now just getting out of their own business. They're not going to host comedians anymore. They'll host bad comedians and probably not make much money. But I don't know. I mean, like, Seattle is a place that they do have a culture there, and it's a bunch of lunatics, the vast majority of them. So they can have their stupid comedians, and maybe people will go and watch these people because they find it funny. I mean, comedy's subjective. So I would like to know, though, how many tickets Kurt Metzger and these other guys were selling compared to what they normally, the approved ones, how many tickets the approved comics are selling. That would be good to know.
Yeah, man. I would kind of like to go see what the Seattle comedy circuit looks like, just out of curiosity. But it's probably not great. Probably not great for people like us that like things a bit spicy. I mean, I feel like comedy clubs are kind of like strip clubs, right? Like you go because you're going to see some stuff you typically don't see and hear on the street in everyday life. You know, you go to the strip club and it's like a different universe with naked women dancing very suggestively. You know, you're drinking aggressively. Usually it's just it's an alternate reality. And I feel like comedy clubs are the same thing, at least for people like you and I, where, you know, people can scream racial slurs and it's cool. Like, it's whatever, dude. It's for the sake of entertainment. It's for the sake of making people laugh. But when you take that away, I don't know what's left.
I just hope that we can, it sounds bad to say self-segregate, but I mean by ideology, not by race. Hopefully we can just kind of like, okay, you do your weird, dumb stuff over there, and we'll do our, according to you, racist, dumb, hick stuff over here. And we'll all just kind of stay separate, but equal, and we can, coexist, in the cities. Like, that's the best case scenario, unfortunately. Like, I don't know, how else to say it. Like, the alternative is getting stabbed and stabbing each other or shooting each other with guns. So hopefully, we can just do that. And I'll stay out of Seattle.
Yeah.
And you all stay out of Pinellas Park.
That sounds good.
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Shout out to Jeff, my man Jeff, my old buddy Jeff. I haven't seen this man in a long time. This dude, he picked me up in a bar one night.
Jeff did?
Yeah.
Did you know Jeff before he picked you up?
No, I met Jeff at my old haunting grounds, Goose's, up in Largo.
Oh, wow.
I had just broken up with a girlfriend. We just split up, and I was really sad, and I couldn't find any buddies to go out with me. And I went by myself, and there was this dude there with this other guy. And he just kind of came and sat next to me. We started chit-chatting, hit it off. And Jeff was my friend. I hung out with Jeff a lot after that for a while. So what's up, Jeff? Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. And thank you to the Fat Pig. And thank you to Joe. Joe commenting all over the place, my man. And Kevin and all the other folks out there. I'm going to try, Anna. I'm going to say 50% chance I get a video done tomorrow. If I can get maybe 2 a week, one with you, one maybe tomorrow. And I think that's going to be good. I'm going to get back on track here.
Do it.
Mentally, physically,
emotionally, spiritually, financially.
Spiritually.
Yes.
Like that. Spiritually.
Yeah.
I'll be live on a weekly checkup on Saturday, but, I can't really talk about too much on there. I'm kind of hold a little bit, but I know that we are going to be taking phone calls, and Martine Gramatica, former Buccaneer great, will be there. So that'll be fun. And Anna will speak with you next Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Sounds good, man. I'll see you then.
See you all then.
All right, bye.
Oh, actually, let me boot Anna, and let me tell you this. To sign up at Substack. I'm having a little problems here with getting content out, but hey, things could change. Maybe I'll start putting stuff up there. HMBradio.substack.com, willsyoutube.com. If you're watching there, please subscribe. If you're listening on podcast, give it 5 stars, give this thing a thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe, comment. Like, these things really help out. Share it on your social media. That stuff really helps out. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.